Good good afternoon to each and everyone. Our next topic is all about manage intoxicated person. These people or type of guests are need to consider as well because part of housekeeping we will manage intoxicated guests. So this is the important things as well to tackle because as a housekeeper your life will be in danger as well if you don't know how to manage intoxicated person. So first and foremost, I'm Emily Tanto, instructor of housekeeping operations. I'm a teacher from Palampon Institute of Technology. So this is the topic all about manage intoxicated persons. Here are the subject elements for the entire chapter. This unit comprises three elements: determine the level of intoxication, apply appropriate procedure, and comply with legislation. For the assessment, we have oral written questions, work projects, workplace observation of practical skills, practical exercises, and formal report to the supervisor. How to determine the level of intoxication? So here are performance criteria in this element. So objectives, okay? It means objective. Performance criteria. Assess intoxication level of customers. Offer assistance to intoxicated customer politely. Refer difficult questions or situations to an appropriate person within or outside the establishment. Seek assistance from the appropriate people for situation which pose a threat to safety or security of colleagues, customer, or property. So the cause of intoxicated persons is the alcohol. In hospitality industry, many hospitality industry rather, venues serve alcohol in their various foods and beverage outlets. It is part of most culture that alcohol is served with or without meals. While for most parts of customers are able to enjoy themselves and drink in a responsible manner, this is not always the case. Because if you're dealing with alcohol, once you drink once, you will drink more, especially if the talking, the chica is you're doing with it with your friends. So even you promise to yourself that you only drink one, but it would be more two, three, four until you will be intoxicated. So alcohol has a lot of common problems. The effect, okay, the effect of alcohol afterwards. You have drink more alcoholic beverages. The purpose of this subject is to or the topic is to enable hospitality staff to understand the legal implication when serving alcohol. So there are legal implication before you serve alcohol. And second, understand your responsibilities as a staff in relation to the service of alcohol. So you need to understand your responsibilities. And you need as well to handle situation when people are intoxicated. So most likely, most of the hotels, if you're working the bar or you are the barista or you're a server, you need to control the situation. So if someone is asking for more drinks and you can see that the person is already intoxicated, you should know how to deal with and how to manage or control the drinks that you are serving to the guests. So try to weigh the situation first before you are giving it the another set of alcohol to a guest who's ordering. Duty and care. The primary responsibility a business has to ensure is the health and safety of those who either frequent an establishment or are impacted due to existence. Okay, so responsibility din na siya sa establishments for those selling alcoholic beverages, the duty of care, and even how the impact created its existence. Managers and staff have a duty of care to make sure that all people are safe from harm when on the premise and when they leave. So it is very important for them. So when the guests arrive in the premise of the establishment where your restaurants or bar was, you need to consider that guests who arrive in your premises. You need to think that you're accountable for that. So what to serve, and when they leave, are they able to drive or are they able to go home by themselves? So you need to consider if they're able to drive safely. This duty of care is owed to all people in the environment. Okay, so first, the customer; second, the owner, manager, staff, and the general public. Responsible service of alcohol. Every organization must promote the responsible service of alcohol. First, what is it? And second, how do you do it? So there are ways to know the service. Benefits to the business. Increase to reputation. So if the guest would know that when they arrive in that certain establishment, they are safe, the alcohol content is being regulated, or else they serve well, they take care of you well, because in a bar, if there were drunk people or intoxicated person, those people may harm you if you're there in the restaurant. So if that happens, that there's no security, your reputation will decrease. Okay, so that's why there are benefits if you have responsible service of alcohol. Second, reduce fines and liabilities. Okay, allows the business to remain operational if you're doing that. Increase business and profits as people feel comfortable visiting your establishment. So they're safe, uh, free from harm, because the security is well organized, controlled. Less likely to have damage to the premises due to breakage, spillage, and vomit. Okay, so you need to take care of every guest if that person are able to handle alcohol well. So you need to know about it. Reduce cost to repair broken items. Okay, so it is costly if always every night you have broken items, create disorder and ruin the ambience of the venue. Okay, reduces staff costs as less staffs are required to handle drunk patrons. Okay, so the more guests that you have and the more intoxicated you have, the more that you will hire mga security personnel, like the one who manage intoxicated person, okay, mga a guard and all. So it it is a costly manner if you're not having a responsible service of alcohol. Reduce liability and insurance. So it is very important that your restaurants or your establishments and even your staff have insurance. Reduce legal claims. Okay, if something happened inside your bar, and your bar will be liable for the claims of those personnel or staff that have injury. Okay, so you need to consider that. Less stress per staff, less potential harm or threatening actions. Enable easier communication with customers. So if there is still in their set mind Okay, so you can able to converse with them. Less work for staff creates a safe and harmonious workplace for all staff and customers. Increase job satisfaction and security. Reduces chance of customers of hurting themselves and others. Okay, allows the atmosphere and serve experience of fellow customers to be positive because they're not drunk. We are the service of alcohol is being regulated, so it's not that problem. Reduce violence or threatening behavior. Okay, reduces crimes and domestic violence because they're still having themselves. Okay, they are not drunk. Okay, they can understand you. They are able to control themselves because they are not drunk. Reduces drink driving, which is leading a cause of a road accident and pedestrian accidents. Alcohol is a substance that has become an everyday part of society. However, what what it is and how it affects the body is often not discussed. Okay, so that is the problem because the effect is not often discussed because the only thing that they think is pleasure, but the effect of alcohol is very dangerous to our health. The intoxicating ingredients in alcohol beverages is known as ethyl alcohol or pure alcohol. So pure alcohol na siya. Okay? That part of alcohol. The process is through distillation, fermentation first, then distillation. And the alcohol content, most of the liquors, if it is liquors, is most likely they have 40% alcohol. Then if it is cocktail, it is added with another liquor. So 40%, it could be 80 and up to how much percentage of alcohol would it be if it is mixed with another liquors. And not only one drink, but more drink. And it is always done every day. Okay, so those things may cause serious problem in your liver. This ingredient is contained in all alcoholic drinks. However, the level of concentration differs between drinks. Okay, so depende. In order to make your measurement as uniform as possible, the agreed convention for standardizing drinks is grams of pure alcohol. So there are measurements for that. And we also have the controlled and standard blood alcohol content, especially for those who are working on board and even in the present of in working in a hotel, or if you have a job like a doctor, nurse, or even those who are working or driving. So you have there is a maximum level of alcohol content should be. It is measured by blood, through your blood, rather. So alcohol by volume. Different drinks will have some different strengths. This is referred to us by alcohol by volume. So beer normally 3 to 5%. Wine normally to have 12 to 14%. But spirits usually have 37 to 43%. So for spirits, we have gin, we have rum, we have tequila, okay? So and many more. So if that happens that you practically drink spirits every day, okay, so it will damage your liver. A standard drink will always contain a given amount of pure alcohol, regardless of whether it is beer, wine, or spirits. A standard drink is commonly defined as a beverage that contains 10 grams of pure alcohol. This may vary between 8 to 14 grams in different countries. Some countries do not identify a standard drink. As a general rule, a standard drink can be defined as 30 ml of spirit, 285 mls of full strength beer, and 100 mls of wine. Okay, so just just uh think of how millimeter is needed. Okay, so ml. So it is very important to consider it. Standard drink. In reality, most alcoholic drinks are not served as neat standard drink. The size of glass and pouring size may mean a drink contains more than standard drink or 10 grams of alcohol. For example, a 330 ml bottle of beer is 5% alcohol by volume, may contain 13.2 grams of alcohol. So it's 1.3 standard drink. A 200 ml glass of wine will be 12% alcohol by volume, may contain 19.2 grams of alcohol. So it's 1.9 standard drink. A 568 ml pint of beer is 4% alcohol by volume, may contain 18.2 grams of alcohol or 1.8 standard drink. So that may differ if how much alcohol they consume. Okay, so those things may happen. So in determining standard drink, a formula for working out how many grams of alcohol or standard drinks is in the beverage or in a beverage. So amount of ml times the strength of the drink or the alcohol by volume times 8 divide by 1,000. That is the answer. Okay, so the previous slides that I took. Okay, so this is the answer, 1.3. So that's how it is computed. Effects of alcohol. Many people enjoy visiting hospitality organizations as it provides a chance for people to relax, unwind, and enjoy themselves through the provision of good food, beverage, and entertainment. Why do people drink? What effects does it have? So consider it as a question to yourself that what is the effect of alcohol if I am taking it every day? Or what is the effect of alcohol if I drink 1,000 liters of beer every day? Okay, or else plain spirits, diba? Tequila, you do it only tequila by plain tequila. So it has effects as well. So consider it as what is the effect? Consider it as a question to yourself. It is still important to remember that alcohol have causes. So these are the causes. Depresses the brain's function. Just imagine it can affect the brain's function. And second, which leads to changes in person's behavior. Because it depresses the brain function. So if you're doing it always, so how much brain cells have decreases? So maybe the brain cells, some of it will be numb, diba? Mag-numb man. Then as impaired effects, you will not remember things. Okay? And sometimes you walk dizzy. Okay? So that's the effects of alcohol. You will forget as well yourself, what you did last night. Okay, so those things may happen. When consumed in an irresponsible manner, alcohol can become a dangerous and damaging substance, which can have serious effects to a person. Consumed irresponsible manner means you're not drinking it moderately. Therefore, as a staff member within the hospitality industry, it is important that you ensure your customer consume alcohol in a sensible manner. Understand the effect of alcohol has on people. So you need to consider it before serving it. Check the person who is drinking if he's still able. Alcohol and the body. Alcohol entering the body. Alcohol, when consumed, it is normally swallowed and goes into the stomach. The stomach breaks down food and drink before passing it to a small intestine. It is then absorbed to the bloodstream. The less food eaten, the quicker it is absorbed. So that's why when you feel one glass of it, you can feel that your knees are shaking. If you're just first time drinking alcohol, then when you just drink one jigger or one shot, you feel like your legs are numb or something like that, or shaky or a loss of strength a little. Then because when it reaches to your stomach, because it is not food, it is easily absorbed. Okay, so entering the body, it enters your bloodstream, then carries the alcohol to your brain because the blood is circulating. This process takes about 5 minutes only. Just imagine, it starts to affect the function of the brain, including your judgments and your inhibition. So you cannot control your inhibition, your actions, if you drink more than you're capable of. As more alcohol is absorbed, it continues to travel to other parts of the body, affecting other functions, including balance and coordination. So that's why you feel dizzy in walking. Okay, so you can't walk properly, stand straight, but you are walking zigzag because you're letting yourself do the balance, but your body can't do it anymore. It is this effect that starts to make us appear to be drunk. Sometimes, guys, you will not feel the dizziness of being drunk if you're sitting down. But if you stand up, that's when that you feel and you can know that you are drunk. Alcohol affects people differently. In essence, alcohol affects different people in different ways due to the first, speed of drinking. Okay, the strength of the drink that you are drinking. Okay, so like one shot, how often? Every minute. Okay, strength of drink, how much alcohol content. Okay, it also affects on the sexuality. Okay, so it affects pala, no? So be careful if you wish to have a family soon. Person's weight. Okay, so it really have the uh consideration. The person's gender. I think that is the what is stated there. If the gender is male or female, the effects is for female, it's easier to be drunk. Diba? For male, they can handle it if they are so alcoholic. One shot is just ano lang, like water. Okay? But for those who are not drinking always, so they feel one shot can let them feel dizzy already. If you have food eaten before drinking, there is a lesser effect of drunkenness because there's still food in your stomach, and the drink that you have taken that absorbs the food. So it has a lesser effect of being easy to drunk or easy to be intoxicated. Okay? Tolerance of the alcohol. That's what I am telling you. If you are a first timer or you are a drinker, okay? So the effects of the tolerance of alcohol may differ as well. So as a staff member, it is important to know the early symptoms of intoxication. Then refuse to serve such customer well before they become obviously drunk. So if you're a waiter because you are a direct contact with your guests, so you need to know your customers well. As alcohol consumptions increase, worsens customer physical and mental functioning, makes them likely to be able to make decisions of their own well-being. This is why it is up to the server to decide who has had enough drink and not the drinking customer. So you need to consider first in before serving if that guest may able to handle another set of alcohol. What is intoxication? Different countries will prohibit the sale or supply of or alcohol to someone who appears to be intoxicated or drunk. By what does it mean? When do you know someone has reached this level? So, paano sa makahibaw if that person, or how will you know if that person is already drunk? Based on his actions, based on how he talks to you. So, you can really say, oh, this person is drunk already. If some the voice, the way he talk has a different effect, like he cannot talk well. If you ask him, he cannot hear you anymore because his judgments and inhibitions are controlled, and the effect of alcohol subside already. In summary, intoxicated is the body's response to having alcohol in the human system. This is always hard to identify. So what signs exist that may indicate intoxication? So let's see, okay, the symptoms. The first symptoms or signs of intoxications are, okay, they have less coordination, being clumsy, eye seems unfocused or glassy, okay, bumping into furniture and other people when they're walking, staggering. Okay, so their talking is a little bit fun. Falling down or tripping over things. Okay, inability to walk in straight line. I know you know that. Okay, inability to do basic tasks like lifting glasses, knocking things over. Okay, so you can really identify if you are observant with your customers. Change in speech, having a trouble talking in a normal manner. Speech becomes slower and slurred. Okay, volume of speech become louder. Okay, becomes louder. So means that when they talk, it seems that they are shouting. Persons becomes outspoken. Okay, some of them, I have a friend, he's a silent type of person when he's drunk or intoxicated, but others, they are so talkative, they talk so much, they don't even know or remember what happened last night when they are intoxicated. Modes, behavior, and conduct. Okay, so you can observe big changes in their mood over time. Personality also is changed. Okay, becoming isolated from the group, inappropriately affectionately touching or hugging anyone, kissing anyone. Okay, because they cannot control or inhibit their actions. Extremely outgoing na. Okay, so they talk so many or some I have a friend who is crying while he is drunk, okay, wanting to cause arguments. So they want, if someone is uh, talking to him and there's a thing that they don't seem goes well, the talking is not going well, so they end up arguing each other, being over affectionate to strangers. Okay, over affectionate na siya. Okay, quantity of alcohol consumed, the amount of drinks consumed, how much drinks that they have consumed, how many glasses, okay, or bottles they have consumed, the rate of consumption. They are ordering more drinks at a time. The type of drinks normally becomes stronger. Complaints about strength of drinks. Okay, the strength of drinks. If they drink that type of alcohol as often, it feels like when they drink the if they ordered 10 times already, the 11th drink seems like water na. Okay, they want more hard alcohols. Okay, so they want to have a higher dosage of alcohol. So they want the high level of alcohol by volume. Okay, signs of intoxication, smell of alcohol, you can smell them. Body language. Okay, what can you read from body language? If the person is intoxicated, you can write down in our comment section for that. Signs of intoxication. Tool to help identify intoxication. So the coordination, if they still can walk, can manage themselves. Alcohol smell, okay? Unsteady, they cannot stand well. Slurred speech, eyes glazed, okay? So these are things. The word is cause, okay? So coordination, alcohol smell, unsteady, slurred speech, and eyes glazed. Offering assistance. When it is determined that a person is intoxicated, it is wise for staff to provide assistance where applicable. Just because someone is intoxicated does not mean they need to leave the premises. It is important to remember that each situation must be handled in a professional and discreet manner. Okay, so you need to assist in a discreet manner in order that the particular guest will be handled well. Because if the person you're offering that he is already intoxicated, they are not in their set mind, so they may do um, scandalous manner, or they will shout if not well taken seriously or managed well. Monitoring the environment. Staff members must always be aware of the environment and alert to the consumption of alcohol by groups or individual customers within the establishment. So you need to count every detail, like how many drinks that we have ordered, particular group or the individual. When monitoring, be aware of the type of drinks being ordered, who is ordering the drinks, who is consuming the drinks, and rate of consumption. You need to consider it. So if you're the bartender, you need to check, or a staff or a manager who is monitoring all his guests. So try to check, okay, how much alcohol does that customer is consuming. So you need to observe. When monitoring, be aware of the following: whether food is also being consumed. Is there food together with the drink? Because if empty stomach, the more the person will get intoxicated. People showing signs of intoxication. Any drinks games being conducted. Which people in the group could be assistants when dealing with intoxicated patrons. So you need to consider all these things, okay, in monitoring. Okay, so next, offering assistance. There are a range of suitable alternatives that can be provided depending on individual situation and the level of intoxication. So, like for example, if the guest is intoxicated in the hotel premises, they will go to the rooms, diba? So you need to consider those individual situation. Yes, you are selling more drinks, but the one who is consuming it, we need to care for them. Offering assistance. The types of assistance. First, talk to the customer or their friend. Briefly explain your responsibilities. Promoting non-alcoholic drinks or offer food. So if like for example, sir, I feel like you drink too much. Would you mind to have a non-alcoholic drinks to subside your your feeling of being intoxicated? So sometimes guys, ang uban na guys, no, if they're intoxicated and they're still want to have drinks, the barista can adjust the alcohol content of the drink. So the person who's intoxicated, they will not uh they don't have the judgment if the drinks that they have been drinking is having an alcohol. Okay, so they can adjust the alcohol content. Types of assistance: offering low alcoholic beverages, offer water, slowing down the service or advise other staff so that the control of alcoholic beverages will be managed. Refer matters to appropriate people. It must be remembered that the health and safety of staff, other customers, and intoxicated persons themselves is the primary objective when handling instances involving intoxication. As customers become more intoxicated, the more difficult it may be to handle the situation yourself. So, as a service, for the service of alcohol, you need to consider everything, the health of your staff itself, and you yourself, because you don't know the type of customer who who is there in your establishment. Maybe they are a they are a person who has guns, who has, or a person who were convicted first. Then when they get drunk, they will forget themselves and they create chaos or a situation in your establishment. So there are control measures. So like for example, every person who is in your bar, um maximum of 5, di ba? So, or else you have bouncer, a bouncer who have big muscles, or a big person who will manage all those intoxicated person. Refers to appropriate people. As a staff member, it is not requirement for you to place yourself in harm's way if you feel you cannot handle the situation. So you may need to get the assistance from someone. So inside the organization or outside the organization. So for internal sources of assistance, this include the supervisor or manager or security or DJ. So we have plain a lot of co-workers. Contact internal sources, like there must be an easy to use communication system to be able to notify appropriate internal people, like pagers or signals or button or phone call. Because most of the establishments, especially if it is a bar, sometimes guys, you cannot hear each other. So you need to consider that you need to have those signals, those telephone them with them in order to let them know how, if it depends as well if how big is your establishment, so you need to consider everything. External sources of assistance, these persons includes the police, fire, and ambulance. Contacting external sources, easy to reach contact details can include the special button, posters with contact numbers, sped dials, and other methods that are suitable. Okay, so this is the first topic of our discussion. We will have another set of recording for this topic.